Hello everyone, this is Friday's Maths. Welcome! I hope you're all okay. I'm going to share my screen. So you're going to need paper and a pencil for this starter. So you're going to need to pause the video and I want you to write the date, which is the 26th of February, and then the numbers 1 to 3. So question 1. Fill in a missing number. Look carefully at that symbol and then think carefully about what number could go in this box. Question 2. Write another number sentence that is the same as 14 add 5. And then question 3. How many tens are there in the number 48? So pause the video and answer those questions. Hopefully you've done that now. Welcome back. Right. Don't forget to post those on Tapestry with your work later and I will have a look. So today's learning objective is my turn. Can I measure using non-standard units? Can I measure using non-standard units? Let's talk about what that means. So it says today we'll be measuring different objects using non-standard units. This means that we could use anything to measure with. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a ruler or a tape measure or anything like that. We can use anything we like to measure these objects. However, there are some rules and these are very important. Rule number 1, all of the objects must be the same size. Otherwise, your measuring is not going to be accurate. So if you look at this, I've measured the castle with the shells, but all of the shells are different sizes. So I have not measured it very accurately. So whatever objects you choose, they must be the same size. Rule number 2, the objects you use must be next to each other. Okay, can you see I've placed these cubes next to each other? Cubes are a very good resource to use because they are all the same size, but I've left lots of gaps in between them. I have not measured the castle accurately. So remembering our rules, let's measure the length of the castle using some pictures of shells. So rule number 1 was the shells all have to be the same size, which they are. Rule number 2, I must not leave any gaps. You see I've left a gap, so I need to make sure that my shells are not leaving any gaps. Otherwise, I'm not going to get an accurate measurement. So I'm measuring the length of the castle. My shells have started at the end of the castle. I've lined it up and I'm going to line it up with this end. So you can just about see, because I've still got this horrible watermark, I can't get rid of it. They are the full length of the castle. So now I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It took 6 shells to make the full length of the castle. So my STEM sentence is, my turn, the castle is 6 shells long. Your turn. The castle is 6 shells long. Fantastic. Let's move on. Oh, we've got a giraffe. And it says, how many suitcases tall is this giraffe? Well, we've measured the length of the castle. Now we're going to measure how tall something is. So we're going to measure upwards. Let's have a look. Remember, all the suitcases need to be the same size, which they are, but they also need to be touching each other. There should not be any gaps. I think let's put them on top of each other like that. There we go. There's no gaps. There we go. Have a think before I tell you. What is the STEM sentence going to be? What is the answer to this question? How many suitcases tall is this giraffe? My turn. The giraffe is 3 suitcases tall. Well done. Oh, there we go. Oh, Miss Walker wants us to find out how many bottles tall the giraffe is. So let's have a look. Again, they're all the same size. We're going to line it up at the bottom and they're going to be touching each other so that we have no gaps. And we're going to stop when we reach the top of the giraffe. There we go. Now this goes a little bit higher than the giraffe. Let's count how many we've got. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my mouse has stopped moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full bottles and half. Okay, so that's 5 and a half. So we would say the giraffe is 5 and a half bottles tall. Good job. Moving on. Oh, it's your turn now. So you are going to be measuring a spoon. Have a think about what you could use from around your house to measure the length of a spoon. Now, it needs to be something that's smaller than the spoon, and it needs to be something that you have more than one of to make it easier. So you wouldn't measure a spoon with a long pencil. You could use paper clips or little cubes. If you've got shells that are all the same size, then you could use those. But remember those important rules. All of the objects you're measuring with need to be the same size. And when you line them up, they need to be touching each other so there are no gaps. So pause the video. Oh, wait a minute. I think we've got some instructions. So your first job is to go and get a spoon. Choose what you're going to measure it with. Measure your spoon. Oh, and then you need to write your STEM sentence and take a photograph of what you've been measuring. So the STEM sentence is down at the bottom of the screen. The spoon is something, something long. So in this box, you will write a number. And then on the line, you will write the object that you measured with. So it could be 6 cubes, or it could be 4 paper clips. It depends on what you choose to use. So everybody's will be different. So pause the video, go and do that activity and take a photograph. Welcome back again. Okay, so I have used paper clips to measure my spoon. They're all the same size and there are no gaps. And I have used 1, 2, 3, 4 paper clips. So I will write the number 4 here. Boop. And then I will write the word paper clips on this line, but I'm not going to attempt that on my computer because it will be really messy. Can't do my best handwriting on the computer. Task 2. I want you to go, oh, that's not my highlighter. Oh, what's happened? There we go. There we go. I want you to measure 2 more items. And you can use whatever you like to measure them. And remember to take a picture for me, okay? Once you've done that, if you want to do the challenge, come back. So everybody, off you go and measure 2 more things from around your house using anything you like, as long as they're the same size and there are no gaps. Off you go. Are you ready for a challenge? Now, Miss Walker loves a highlighter, so let's highlight. Challenge. Okay. I want you to find out how long your living room is. And I'd like you on a piece of paper, preferably using a ruler so your lines are nice and straight, to copy this table. Now, this says units of measure. So these are the things that you have chosen to measure your living room with and how many of them you have used. So if you're using books, make sure that you're not leaving any gaps. And then in here, you will write how many books it took to get from one end of your living room to the other. Oh dear. So I'm just saying I used 24. You can use any object. I want you to use more than one. So you could see how many lengths of you it takes, and your parents will have to help you with that. You could use a chair. You could use, or if you've got more than one chair, chairs. Let's have a look if I can write the word on my screen. Chair. Oh, chairs. There we go. You could use your feet. You could measure how many of your feet it takes to get from one end of the room to the other. We call those paces. So you could do paces as long as you're not leaving gaps. It's not easy to write on, on the computer. There we go. Have fun doing it, Hopper class. And don't forget to follow the rules and post everything on Tapestry for me to see. I look forward to seeing it. Take care. Bye.